video game make you a better dresser? You'll find out by the end of the episode. Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory, the show that always gets voted 5 stars. In the past few months, the Roblox dress-up game Dress to Impress has taken over the internet. Suddenly, everyone from your favorite streamer to your friendly neighborhood lore hunter wants to be Roblox's next top model. And it got me thinking, can a game that's all about making the best outfit actually make you a better dresser? You see, a lot of people want to learn how to elevate their style, but the world of fashion can be super intimidating and, if we're being honest, a little gatekeeping. It keeps a lot of people from ever developing their own personal sense of style, me included. My fashion journey was full of embarrassing, never to see the light of day under a penalty of death kind of moments. So, if a fun game can shortcut the process and save everyone from the awkward stages of fashion puberty, that's a huge win for all of us. The game operates in rounds, where each player is tasked to put together the best outfit based on a theme. These themes can range anywhere from generic prompts like prom chic or wedding dress to custom ones like anime protagonist or, I don't know, theorist baddies. I mean, listen, where else could a yassified MatPat beat out both Taylor Swift and Chappell Roan? Oh man, this game's amazing. You know what? If you hit that subscribe button and help Style Theory get to 3 million subs before the end of the year, I'll convince Team Theorists to play a Theorist-themed game of Dress to Impress. But back to the episode. Players have to outfit their avatars in items from 5 main categories: clothing, shoes, accessories, makeup, and hair. The winner gets on the podium. Pretty simple, right? Well, not quite. You see, to win a game of Dress to Impress, you have to unlock 3 specific skills. Not in the game, in you. And they're skills that may just take you from a fashion novice to a style savant in real life. So prepare yourselves, because this could possibly change your life. And pay attention, because I might test you later. What is the first thing that people notice about an outfit? If you said color, you're correct. Most people decide if they like something or not within the first 90 seconds of seeing it. And according to a 2006 study, 90% of that judgment is based on color alone. That's pretty huge, especially if you only have 10 seconds to impress your fellow players on the runway. If you mess up your colors by pairing the wrong shades together, it's game over before you even have a chance to show off your backflip. So that means you need to be a master of skill number 1, color theory. Color theory is the study of how colors interact with each other and how that interaction affects the people seeing it. There are 2 ways to use color theory in what you wear. The first is monochromatic, which is where you wear an outfit made of the same color or shades of the same color. It may seem like an easy option, but making a strong monochromatic look can be a little tricky. Like we've talked about in previous episodes, every color makes a statement. Red is usually very bold, blue can be very serene, and yellow is hard to wear for a lot of people. I wish I could wear yellow. So, if you are choosing one color to rule them all, you need to make sure it's saying what you want to say if you are trying to impress your fellow dressers. Puns. A solid red outfit in a garden theme round may feel a little aggressive, while an all-black outfit in a joy-themed round won't give you that winning aura. Understanding how color communicates to your peers is key to becoming a top model. You can also use different shades to highlight or de-emphasize certain parts of your body. Darker shades are more slimming and elongating, making them great for bottoms or boots if you want to appear taller. Lighter colors, on the other hand, tend to draw the eye, making them great for highlighting areas that you want to show off. Unlocking new skills can make you feel amazing, but the journey can be tough. Almost as tough as keeping on top of all the subscriptions I have to get for work. Between the streaming services and all the products that we test for episodes, there's a lot to juggle. Thankfully, Rocket Money has had my back through all of it. And lucky for you, they're the sponsor of today's episode. Rocket Money is a personal finance app. That means that they can help you do everything from manage your finances to canceling unwanted subscriptions. Listen, I have tried 100 different ways of organizing all of my active subscriptions and my bill payments. Planners, calendars, color-coded post-it notes on the wall, you name it, I've probably tried it, and nothing has worked for me. It wasn't until I started using the Rocket Money app that managing all of that turned from a chore into something as easy as, I don't know, washing my hair. It laid out all of my active subscriptions in an easy-to-manage list, making it simple for me to just go through and cancel any of the ones I had forgotten about or just didn't need anymore. And I didn't even need need to leave the app to do it. All I had to do was select it and Rocket Money handled the rest for me. Not only that, but they will actually reach out on your behalf to negotiate your monthly bill payments lower. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either. And I didn't even have to lift a finger. Rocket Money handled everything for me. Talk about making a lady feel like a queen. Rocket Money has helped its people save up to $740 a year when using the app's premium features. And you can start doing the same today for free by going to rocketmoney.com/styletheorists. You'll be joining the over 5 million members in managing your money smarter. That's rocketmoney.com/styletheorists, or you can click the link in the description to get started for free. Now, back to the runway. On the other side of the closet spectrum, you have complementary colors. This is likely more similar to what you do every day right now, even if you don't realize it. When you pull out 2 shirts to decide which pairs best with your blue jeans, you are testing how well one color complements the other. Ah yes, theorists, it is time once again to pull out the color wheel. We love a cheat sheet. Say you want to wear an outfit where your main color is Style Theory blue. If you want a soft complementary look, you will want to pair your star blue item with something in the green or purple spectrum. On the color wheel, the colors to either side of your statement color, in this case blue, will always be complementary. But if you want something bolder, you can try going across the color wheel instead. The color opposite your statement color is its complementary contrasting color. That may sound contradictory, but it really works. These colors act as each other's opposites, but you often see them paired together. Blue and orange, red and green, truly iconic duos. So, pop quiz. What? I told you there would be a test. How do you win a round if the theme is patterns? Dress to Impress loves this theme. Where do you start? Well, as a master of color theory, you already have the tools. If you are looking to use a black and red checker, you want to make sure that the other patterns you use fall into that similar or complementary color family. And as a bonus tip, if you want to level up your pairs, pay attention to the scale of the pattern. Pairing a smaller scale pattern with a large scale pattern will often lead to the best match and land you the win. Now that you've mastered your colors, I'm gonna take them away. Yep, they're gone. You can have them back once you've unlocked the next skill. Tell me, what do these 3 outfits have in common? They all play with shape. Yeah, wearing your basic t-shirt and jeans is not gonna win you the round in this game. Usually.
Oh my God!
When you want people to stand up and pay attention, having a unique silhouette is just as important as picking the right colors. But Amy, you say, when I'm playing Dress to Impress, I'm not thinking about silhouettes. To that I say, you're wrong. It's actually something you're doing even if you may not realize it. For example, let's say you have to make a fashion version of Golden Freddy for a FNAF themed round. How are you going to make it recognizable? Sure, you have the gold, but what else makes Golden Freddy Golden Freddy? It's okay if you don't know, we'll just take a hint from this player.
Golden Freddy's really good. Cute. Using the buns through the hat is so smart.
Hair buns as bear ears. Ugh, iconic. The player knew that to make their character really read, they had to emulate the shapes of his most prominent features, the hat and ears. You see this a lot in real life in casual cosplays, or bounding. People will use everyday items to create wearable looks inspired by their favorite characters, using the shapes and the colors, just like Dress to Impress is teaching you to do. Just for a lot cheaper than if you were trying to learn it IRL. Now, most of us aren't gonna cosplay every single day, or if you do, like, more power to you, but how can you translate this to your everyday wardrobe? So glad you asked. When you look at runway shows, both IRL and in Dress to Impress, shape is the star. Poofy skirts that exaggerate the waist, billowing sleeves to add a whimsical flair, structured coats with high collars to give a sharp and strong outline, they all bring a unique spin to an otherwise simple outfit. It goes back to what we were saying about color. If color is the language of clothing, then shape is the font, and you need both to communicate your ideas to the other players. When you wear jeans and a t-shirt, you are communicating in your everyday Arial font. It's perfect, it works, and everyone uses it. But by playing with shape, you are choosing a different font. This not only stands out from a sea of Arial outfits, but it can better communicate the presentation you are giving. It can set a different mood, a different tone, or even create a whole other persona for a day. But look, I know that breaking away from your tried and true font can be tough, and that's why you have to unlock our final skill to win it all. I mentioned at the start of the episode that my personal fashion journey has been a rocky road full of, let's call them questionable choices. There's always going to be a few fails along the way, right? And for a lot of people, that's scary. When we talk about exploring and discovering your personal sense of style, the thing that holds most people back is a fear of judgment. I know. We're literally talking about a game where people judge you for what you wear, but stick with me here. No one likes to feel embarrassed or ridiculed for what they're wearing, especially in public. The perfect example? School. We've all probably bought at least one of those popular clothing items to fit in with the other kids in our class. In social circles, wearing the same thing can signify that you are looking to join and bond with your peers, while wearing the wrong thing can lead you to being excluded. This can be anything from wearing the wrong brands to the wrong styles, or simply just missing a social cue.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
However, conforming to what other people are wearing is not going to help you discover your personal style. To do that, you have to be willing to break away from popular trends and take risks. And this is the biggest skill that Dress to Impress is teaching its players: taking risks. Listen, it's hard to learn what you like and what works for you and your body type without trying different options. It's why dressing rooms in stores exist. You want to see the item in action before you decide it's worth the money. However, trying something on in the privacy of a dressing room or your own home is way different than strutting your stuff on the streets, or the catwalk in this case, which is actually what makes Dress to Impress so revolutionary. Through its hundreds of customizable options with everything from streetwear to cottagecore, you are suddenly able to take all the pressure out of trying something new, something unusual, something, dare I say, fashionable. What makes making a mistake in the game less traumatizing than in real life? Anonymity. Listen, we've all seen the articles and the studies about how being anonymous online can bring out the worst in people, but it can also do the opposite. Being anonymous allows people to be bolder in exploring things they otherwise wouldn't in real life, because it could lead to awkward or embarrassing situations, such as trying a new style. Dress to Impress gives its players the ability to, well, play. Through trying out things to fit each theme, you may discover that you love a Lolita dress, or that patterned tights are your new favorite thing, or maybe that socks with Crocs actually is style supremacy. And you'll do it all without ever feeling that inherent embarrassment. Looking back at all the skills we've mastered this episode, one thing is clear. Dress to Impress isn't just a fun game, it's educational. It's teaching its players skills that they can take into their offline life. And it's not just the skills on how to dress better according to what's popular. As you play, you will find yourself being drawn to specific items over and over and over again. That then shows you a style or trend that you may want to try in your everyday wardrobe. And better than that, the runway actually gives you insight into what resonates with your peers and where you may break away from popular fashion. Because if you still like the items that you're wearing or the style that you chose, even if it lands you at the bottom of the voting board, you still win, because you have discovered your personal taste, and that can lead you to your personal style without ever having to go through all the embarrassment in real life and without having to spend all the money on clothes you may never wear again. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out every day dressed as a theorist baddie. Instead, you can start by incorporating new pieces into your everyday fit. This lets you test out your personal boundaries and your comfort levels. Because let's be real, not everything that works in-game is gonna hit IRL. Just know that no matter how you choose to dress, I will always be impressed. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. What colors look best on you? Click the box on the screen to find out. And I'll see you next Saturday morning.